one ride on this planet, make the most of it. Comfort zone से कोई मतलब सचिन तेंदुलकर बना नहीं है.
The most misunderstood word, that is feminism. Not everyone is your friend. Let the workplace be a happy place to come and work. So I was lost. I didn't know what I'm going to do with my career.
You take care of your people, the processes will take care of themselves.
What do you think these human skills are so important in today's age?
What I have today can be taken away in the blink of an eye.
SpiceJet in 2006, and that's how my journey with aviation started.
Most people aren't underperforming in their lives, they are underguided.
Student can come and be more smarter than you.
There will be moments wherein you just want to give up so badly.
Listen more, and we can help each other and empower each other.
We are founders and co-founders of Vertex Consultancy.
Don't think that just because you're kind, everybody's going to be kind to you.
Strongest people rarely talk about their hardest seasons.
As a leader, we don't create followers, we create leaders. Whenever you meet someone who is still working and struggling, lift them up.
No journey is wasted and no effort goes unseen.
So I've been in the corporate background for almost 18 to 20 years.
You cannot pretend to be compassionate. You cannot pretend to be kind.
Life will never be white and black. You will have shades of grey. मुझ में तो कूट के talent है, but that's not enough.
Whenever you meet someone better than you, grab the knowledge. Losing my parents at a very tender age, something new is waiting ahead. So just keep walking. I'm not saying they were bad. I think they were not healed.
Trust yourself and your capabilities. So invest in yourself and your skills. I want to leave a mark and not a scar.
Growth doesn't come from having it all figured out. Trust your journey for you. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They struggle because no one teaches them how to grow. Welcome to Trust Your Journey 1.0. A podcast where we don't chase success stories. We listen to real journeys, the slow ones, the unseen ones, and the ones built quietly. Today's episode is special because we have two women working together with one shared purpose: to help people become confident, capable, and grounded at work and in their personal lives too. Kashmira Vaidya believes that leadership is shaped, not born. And Priya Bhale believes confidence is built through experience, discipline, and service. Together, they work with professionals, young aspirants, and future leaders, helping them grow from the inside out. This conversation is for anyone who felt promoted before they felt ready, anyone who knows they are capable but still doubts themselves, anyone trying to figure out their journey but are not able to take one step at a time. Then let's begin, because most of us are not confused about life. We're just growing into roles we were never taught for. Kashmira, Priya, welcome to the show, Trust Your Journey. I'm honored to record this podcast with you.
Thank you, Avinash. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. And I'm really excited and looking forward to this experience.
Thank you, Avinash. And same here. I think it's the same mutual feeling that I'm sharing with Kashmira at the moment. Very excited, and let's do this.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you, Kashmira. I often feel people don't lack capabilities in their life. They lack someone saying it's okay to learn as you go in your lives. We don't find that. So first question. So podcast is divided, Kashmira Priya podcast is divided into three sections. Section 1 would be, we'll be diving into your journey. Then section 2 of the podcast is the rapid fire round, where we'll be going a rapid question round to know more better about you. And the third part of the section is your journey, the pains, the struggles, the learnings which you have overcome during your journey. So first question from section 1 of our podcast. It all starts from the beginning, right? Before the trainer titles and experiences, Who were you when you first stepped into this responsibility? What did leadership feel like back then? Kashmira, I would like you to answer first, and then let's see, we'll take Priya's input as well.
Okay, so I'll keep this short. My journey started as any ordinary girl who graduated, and she got an opportunity to work in a multinational. Okay, and I always believed that from a career standpoint, I just don't want to do 100%. I wanted to give my all. So within one and a half year, I got promoted to a team leader, and I started growing organically.
Oh,
And before I was even aware, I just grew up the ranks, and yeah, I had a bunch of aspiring professionals under me who I coached, guided. And in my mind, I always had this question that am I even capable of the role that I'm playing? There were days wherein I felt, am I even a leader? These young people were so dynamic that sometimes I felt my light was dimming in front of them, you know. But over a period of time, since I've been in the corporate background for almost 18 to 20 years, I felt a complete paradigm shift. And then I felt is that of all my experiences that I've gathered, things that I've learned, things that I've unlearned, things that I learned the hard way, why not put it all together? And coaching and training was always been my passion. So why not give today's youth the benefit of this, because it's been real time. See, during our days we never had leadership trainings, etc. One day the boss would just call us in the cabin and tell us that, hey, good job, so the management has decided that we're going to promote you as a team leader or a manager. And then you just within a minute, today you're sitting as a fresher, and within a minute you become a leader. So I mean, that's like quite a transformation, and nobody coaches you for that. Nobody
true.
trains you for that. But today, the youth today is lucky that, these workshops are there, these trainings are there. And yeah, so my journey began as a very ordinary girl who wanted to make something big out of it. And I never thought that I would reach here as a corporate trainer or soft skills trainer. So that's about my journey.
Priya, what about you? What were you before pitching into this role?
I think we all start ordinary, like what Kashmira mentioned. So I was lost. I didn't know what I'm going to do with my career. I'll be very honest. No mentors, no guidance. However, try talking to a few, understanding what's about, what is life about, what career means. I think one day I just sat and thought that I cannot do this 9 to 5 rat race. That was something I was sure about. I always tell my students, my colleagues that I can, however, do a 20-hour flight, but I cannot do this 8-hour shift. And that's when I thought that, yeah, aviation is something, that's for me. It's in our blood. My family worked in airlines as well. But I wasn't confident, like every other teenager who was struggling. They know they have it. However, the like people around you are not always positive. And I think that's good. That's good because that shows you what is your potential to prove them by action. And I took a step. I started working with BPO, however, to understand and improve myself, my personality, and my focus was aviation. I joined SpiceJet in 2006, and that's how my journey with aviation started. Been in industry with like 8 to 10 years of experience, and I came back to India. I started with training, and that's when leadership was introduced. I started as a trainer, which is like a partial leadership that you begin with. And like Kashmira mentioned, that one fine day, I was said that, okay, now we would like to promote you as a center head. And we believe that you can manage. However, I was wondering whether I can or not. But it's good to meet such people who can understand and admire you more than you. So to prove them right, you really want to work hard. And that's how leadership started. So yes, that's my journey.
And beautifully articulated as well, because we are all human beings. It's all about evolving in our lives too, in our career too, in our relationships too, in our emotions too. Everything is evolution which is happening. And I truly believe that confidence doesn't come from knowing everything. It just comes from trusting yourself when nobody is, even yourself, including yourself. As most people aren't underperforming in their lives, they are underguided. They don't have the right mentorship with them. I'm glad, Priya, Kashmira, that you chose this path. This leads to me the second question of mine, because it's very difficult without mentors, without mentorship, and the era from which we are coming from. Many people are expected to manage teams, clients, or pressure without being taught how. Right? We were just thrown. Like, you need to do this work, you need to interact with this team, you need to do that kind of stuff. But there's not formal trainings which are given how to interact, how to communicate, the soft skills which you mentioned, Kashmira. What was one moment where you felt, I'm not prepared for this, but had to figure it out anyway?
So it's not that just one moment. See, in this entire journey, when I started, the soda effect that we have. So that whole thing that, oh, I'm a team leader, that lasted for a week, and then within a week, that reality hit me straight on the face. That boom, because then you're required to present in front of the leaders. You're accountable for a lot of things, and the best part was, for me to transition from taking accountability and ownership of myself to taking accountability for others' actions, taking the ownership about other people, that, if somebody is um, slacking in their work, I'm supposed to take the accountability, get him to sort his things out and take accountability. And then one more thing that was really tough was that, by the way, that person sat next to me as my buddy, and then suddenly I become his or her boss. So that's
Mhm.
also not going down well. So you have the technical angle, the work angle to be taken care of. Then you have the people angle, because, like I said, he was my friend. We sat together, we had our lunches and teas, and then suddenly I'm guiding the person that, hey, you need to get your act right, you need to complete this, etc. But so that's when the reality, sinks in. And then further on, when things don't go well, failures will happen, mistakes will happen. So there are very many times wherein you feel that, God, am I really doing the right thing? Am I really a leader? But then it's all about just bouncing back and, taking one day at a time. And then there came a transition. I'll be very honest. At first, I was a very vocal leader. I thought leadership is all power and authority and, wo kissa kursi ka and all of it. But then, that paradigm shift happened after years, wherein I realized that it's a little bit of emotional intelligence also plays. You just can't shout and yell. That's not authority. It's about observing, giving guidance. And there are adults ultimately working. They are not children, so you don't give them instructions, you just
True.
coach them and you navigate them. So I felt like I did my own learning. I realized, with many mistakes, cutting off many relationships went sour, etc. But then over a period of time you kind of learn it, and today I feel that leadership is not about raising your voice, but it is giving somebody else a voice, empowering them.
Of course.
So that's what I have to say.
And beautifully said, Kashmira. Priya, what's your take on this?
Okay, so I'll just summarize your question was that when I was not ready for something and how I did it. So, like I mentioned in my earlier passage, that I was suddenly promoted as center manager, and I was not sure because working for airlines is different, and working in, uh, with a team with different departments altogether, not even only single team, was a bigger task. However, I always follow Richard Branson when he said that when you get an opportunity, just grab it and learn it later. So I think I believe in it. Of course, you have to ask others. It's always good to communicate, because when you communicate, you learn a lot, and that has helped me. The second challenge, I'll go back to my flying days again. When I started with flying, and however, I was relocated, because aviation is all about traveling and relocation. So, one thing we have to be very clear if you want to join aviation, that you cannot expect to stay with your family or stay in the city or your country as well, for that matter. So the first time when I was away from my family, from my child, it was a difficult task. However, to look at it positively, it brought me close to myself. I could explore myself. I could explore my flaws, my strengths. So it helped me to become completely independent. Still a string attached to a family, however, to float alone as well. So everything that starts with a fear is not scary, I would say. You have to experience. In fact, you have to go closer to it to experience whether it's really scary or not. And that's what I will say. Yeah. Thank you.
And beautifully said that nobody is ever prepared for anything. It's all about trusting that there is something which the universe also wants from us. There is something which our life also wants from us. There is something which our breath, which we're taking, wants from us. I'm glad, Kashmira, Priya, that you came out to be the leaders which you are today, and helping others achieve their dreams too, to shaping into the leader which they want to become. Next question, Kashmira, Priya. A lot of people look confident on the outside, but feel unsure inside. I'm also one of them. I look confident, but I'm unsure from inside. I have a lot many doubts about everything, whatever I'm trying to do. But in your experience, what actually builds confidence? Talent, experience, or guidance? What does this build? How can we people build that confidence, right? Everybody wants to lead a confident life, whether it's talent, experience, or guidance. I'm sure it's all three, but you need to answer that. Yeah. Kashmira, first
Okay,
you. Yeah.
so let's go stepwise. See, talent, it gives you that potential, that edge over others. So for example, let's say Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, he had that talent, so that gives you an edge. But just talent alone will not take you anywhere. Now comes experience. Experience builds that kind of proof, that the more you practice, the more you experience a match. Similarly, in leadership, okay, I might have a lot of people acumen, I might have leadership skills, but till I don't experience what it is being like in a team, what it is like being with people, difficult situation, crisis, that talent is wasted. So talent and experience, and of course guidance, will just accelerate the process, because there are people who've been there, done that, and they're talking from their own learnings. So I would say that it's a balance, and wherever they intersect beautifully, the three of these qualities, that's talents, experience, and guidance, is where the real cherry on the cake comes out for a leader, because it's a balance. You just cannot have it. It'll be lopsided otherwise.
And beautifully said, Kashmira. It's all about the pyramid. These are the pyramid of
Yeah.
leadership. The talent, your practice, which you're doing, which is your experience, and the guidance. Everybody needs the mentorship. Priya, what's your take on this?
First of all, it's a very brilliant question. I loved it. Thank you for asking this, Avinash. And I feel all three things are like the most important ingredient of your life. We all are talented. We all are talented. It's just the fear that, takes us back. I'm sure God's creation is never, I mean, it's never a waste. So we just have to gain that confidence. So talent is something I would say we all have. We just need to polish it with time. Obviously, we cannot keep the talent what we
Yeah.
have, the skill. We have to keep leveling it up. We have to upskill. So I would say going back to my age when I was lost, I was in my 20s thinking what to do. My talent was there somewhere. However, I feel when I started meeting people, when I started working, when I started experiencing, that's when I understood that yes, I am talented, how these people are, and I can also do better like them. And that's where I think experience also comes in picture. So you should experience a fall, and that's when you are going to experience rise, and that's when you're going to value it. So talent, experience, I think they're walking hand in hand. And then comes the guidance. I mean, guidance is throughout your journey. So, like for example, I might have met a school friend who have guided me. Maybe in my college I met someone. I think we meet every phase or stage of life. I've met you, I've met Kashmira, and somewhere you are healing me. She is guiding me. So we human need guidance. Yes, of course. We also need self motivation and self guidance often. So I think, like I said, it walks hand in hand, and all three are important. And with time, that makes us leader, and because of the experience, talent, and guidance.
So I would take
Yeah,
this
just
as
to
a,
add to this,
yeah,
sorry,
please,
just to
please.
add to this, see, I thought of another example now. Look at Vinod Kamli. He had the talent, okay? In fact, I'm not a cricket buff, but in fact, people said that he had, his batting skills were phenomenal, even better than Sachin. But then discipline, the practice, and of course, I don't want to get into the other things, but the point that I'm trying to drive over here, that talent alone will not suffice. And she spoke about self motivation, she spoke about discipline. So I think, excellent question. But to the people who will watch us, the message is that you might think you're super talented and just sit doing nothing. That's not going to get you anywhere. You have to go out there, get out of the house, contact people, experience things, and of course, take mentoring from people. That's when you rise, because the youth of today, sometimes I feel, gets a little confident कि हाँ मुझ में तो कूट कूट के talent है, but that's not enough.
True.
And so
Never
rightly
stop
said. Yeah,
learning.
please,
Sorry, I interrupted. Never
please.
stop learning, no matter even if you think, oh, I've come this far, I've achieved so much. No, whenever you meet someone better than you, grab the knowledge. Whenever you meet someone who is still working and struggling, lift them up. So I think that is how you learn, because you learn from both of them. That's what it is.
And beautifully answered. While I was listening to you both, I was into my own journey too. Like it's been a like roller coaster ride for me too, switching from the corporate career to now recording these podcasts and everything, whatever we are trying to do to distribute wellness. Confidence for me is all about facing it. Face yourself. Face yourself daily, whether it's talent, you'll get the talent, you'll get the experience, you'll get the guidance. Once we start facing ourselves,
Yeah.
once we start doing it, we'll be in the reflection mode. Once we are in the reflection mode, we'll be able to analyze more about our life, what we want to do in our life. And once we are able to think in those terms, that's where the manifestation and everything on the path which is coming, which we want in our lives, everybody wants, all the listeners who are listening to us right now, everybody wants a life full of abundance, full of emotions, I would say, a good emotions, soft skills which you talk about. Everybody wants to become an emotional, super intellectual, emotional being, I would say. But this leads to me another question of mine because the emotions which I was talking about, today technical skills can be learned. Priya, Kashmira, it can be learned from anywhere. There are mentors available for that as well. But people struggle with communication, emotions, and how to deal with pressure situations which we all get into. What do you think these human skills are so important in today's age?
So, Avinash, I'll tell you a small experience. So, 20 years back, when we interviewed people, be it for leadership roles or be it for fresher roles, okay? So, they would come to the cabin with a bunch of diplomas and degrees and all of it. And our questions would be very related to the job. So, if I did HR and I did payroll, I would ask a lot of these questions related to the process. Um, And we never really cared about the behavioral part of it. Okay. So it was all very technical. In fact, they had like to give a process test and aptitude test and all of it. So this is like about 10 years back. Today, all of the screening, as far as all this technical and all that, is done before we even get into it. The HR will do, and these are all prerequisites.
Yeah.
Because today, the entire 30 minutes of the interview, we only deal with the attitudinal part, the behavioral part, because we've burnt our hands. And it's no brainer, but technical skills of course would be taught by any company. But where do you get the right attitude from? It's a deep personality trait which is ingrained, it's a part of your DNA. Nobody can teach you values, nobody can teach you intentions. Okay. So that is something that we realized when we burnt our fingers, that you could have superb technical skills, and you could be brilliant, you could be earning millions of money and business to the client, but if you can't treat your people right, then it is zero. In fact, Priya, you remember when we went to a big company, a solar company in Gujarat. And Priya, you might want to take that example. And that's a beautiful example of what I'm talking about. So, Avinash, what happened is they had a general manager, like a head of department, and they said he was brilliant. Matlab, the overseas
Technical parts.
businessman, he was
Hmm.
brilliant. He was trying to get so much business, and the clients wouldn't want to let go of him. All right. And even the company was benefiting hugely, but the way he would treat his people and his team out here, um, in a month there would be 6 attritions. Every week you would see someone crying at the table. Why? Because he just didn't have the communication skills, the sensitivity, and he was such a technical taskmaster that he lacked everything. So that's when Priya and myself were, called for by the HR, and we were told to give him that kind of one-on-one coaching on on soft skills, and get him to understand that there is a people angle over here. And that was one thing that today, so to cut it short, people skills ace the game. Technical skills can come later. Like they say that if you take care of your people, the processes will take care of themselves.
Oh, oh. And beautifully said, Kashmira. Priya, you want to add anything to this?
I would just, in simple way, I'll say that I come from the industry where it is, I mean, it's necessary that you are passionate, because aviation is all about customer service, hospitality, and I feel like she said it has to be in you. You cannot pretend to be compassionate. You cannot pretend to be kind. So yes, soft skills are very essential and important. Also, I believe that the companies we have worked, especially the Indian culture of working, is a bit difficult when it comes to teamwork or certain things. However, I think things are changing because a lot of corporates approach us and other trainers wherein they can see that there is no conflict or people management, team is working fine. So yes, things are changing. I believe more than authority now, it's more of team and empathetic behavior towards each other. So it's important.
And the things which you mentioned, that it's all about human connections now, which is gonna prosper, because technical skills, like Kashmir said, technical skills can be learned by anyone at any given point in time. But human skills, when the phases are over, the life experiences are over, then you won't be able to learn that. It's all about practicing. It's all about seeding it, because skills get you hired, but emotional intelligence decides how long you stay and how far you can grow in your lives. The workplaces didn't become difficult anymore. People just stopped pretending they were okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes the real struggle isn't the workload, it's carrying the emotions with no place to put them.
Put them. Absolutely.
Because
Yes.
we are not getting people to hear people out. That's what is
I love
lacking.
that. We are not getting people to hear people. That's so deep, actually.
Hmm.
So this leads to me another question of mine, which is the last question of this section, because I see a common thing which is repeated in the emotion which people go through. After working with so many professionals and aspirants in your career, Priya, Kashmira, what's one common struggle you see across age, industry, or background?
Uh, so I'll be honest with you, and this is to the women out there. Uh, the one thing that I've seen throughout my career is that, the biological clock and the career clock are absolutely at loggerheads, right? So when the lady is just about to make it big in her career, there are other personal demands of getting married and motherhood and all of that. So, the one struggle that I've seen with women, especially, is they often underplay. Um, they underestimate themselves so much that I just feel that they don't put their potential completely out there, and that really is sad, because while I do understand that there are priorities and you need to kind of balance it, but it's all about a balance, right? Today what I feel is that women completely underplay. Oh, can you take up this project? Oh no, I have a small baby at home, or I have this issue at home. So I think the biggest struggle today I want to tell all the women is that ask for help, seek support. um, but I don't think you need to kind of let your talent just die down, because this is to all the women out there. You seek support, but don't
Yeah,
let talent die its own. That don't choke your talent just because
true.
you have a family, your personal space.
And that is so rightly said, Kashmira, because confidence doesn't come from knowing everything in our life.
Hmm.
It just comes from trusting ourselves when we don't know anything.
Right.
So that's where the confidence will come in. Priya, what's your take on this?
I think it's very beautifully she has portrayed the whole thing. I mean, we women, I'm not denying that men don't have their part of struggle. I believe we all have. However, we have to ask for help. Sometimes we feel no, it's our responsibility. We are meant to do this because my husband or my father is a provider, so they have to work more harder than us. It's nothing like that. Talk to them, sit and communicate. I'm sure they also want to help you. It's just that they need a nudge that, okay, I need a help, because they are so uh, engrossed in the responsibility. Sometimes, like you said, that there are no people, I mean, there are less people who hear it out. Or I think even there are people who don't want to even speak about it. So when you speak is when people can listen to you. So it's very important that you find people who are approachable, be yourself approachable, so that it's easy for everybody, every gender, to help each other. And yeah, that can be a challenge and struggle. I feel the struggle, if I talk about the professional part, this was a very beautiful personal life struggle that we have seen as women. However, professional, I feel the culture is a bit difficult. Been working with international airlines for a good number of years and coming back to India and trying to work with in this Indian culture. I'm not saying it's bad. However, the authority or the positions are too tough here. It's like, I mean, it's very difficult to even approach your colleague just because they have been there for a longer time and you have just joined. I think they should just loosen up. We should loosen up. We have to understand that even a student can come and be more smarter than you. We feel that, oh, yes, I am 40-year-old, I'm very smarter, I've seen the world, I've been here. No, I think everybody needs to speak and you have to learn from them, because sometimes students, they surprise us, our kids surprise us. So don't underestimate anyone. Listen, approach, be approachable. Let the workplace be a happy place to come and work. So that should not be a challenge for anybody.
And beautifully said, Priya, because The self doubts which everyone goes through, especially women, because the society, the seeding which has been passed on through generations, we're trying to change it, we're trying to evolve in our generations, but it's all about doing our bit, whatever we can as generations. And let's empower more people. People like you, Kashmira, are there to support and empower more leaders who wants to become leader. Everyone is a born leader, I would say. It's all about realizing your potential, realizing your worth, realizing your strengths, and work on your weaknesses throughout your journey. Because weaknesses will always be there. We just need to work on those weaknesses and just walk with strength, whatever strengths which we have got. Because everyone in their journeys have got unique strengths. We just need to find those unique strengths and apply it in our lives.
I would just
Because,
like to add
yeah,
one.
please,
Sorry, I'm interrupting. Just
please,
a
please.
beautiful quote that is one of my favorite, said by leadership guru Tom Peters, that we don't, as a leader, we don't create followers, we create leaders. So that should be our motto, because everybody has, like I mentioned, talent and a leader. It's just that they are not confident. So what you are saying is also beautifully, you have mentioned it, that we just have to listen more, and we can help each other and empower each other.
And listening is a skill which has to be learned. It requires a lot of patience. Lot many people I meet, they don't have listening skills.
I am still
They don't.
working on, because Kashmira is like, chup ho ja, thoda sun le.
It happens.
Kashmira.
It's practice. I would say it's a throughout journey practice, because when we'll get to meet more people in our life, when we'll be connecting with more leaders out there, you'll just realize one thing about leadership. They have got great listening capabilities. Once we
Yes.
have that, our first foundation is already been done. That we are good listeners, you are a good leader then. Because you can, if we are able to understand people's emotions, understand others' words, that's where real leadership begins. The empathy, which we talk about. What we are hearing is something simple but powerful, because most people aren't broken, Priya Kashmira. They are just untrained for the roles life has given them. And that's okay. Because your journey doesn't fail because you don't know everything yet. It unfolds when you are willing to learn more.
One simple statistic over here. So you spoke about listening. So when a manager is talking to his reportee, um, typically they say that it's a myth, okay, that the leader only needs to do all the talking. So when there's a one-on-one happening, like a monthly discussion or a performance conversation, today what happens is the leader feels that I will do all the talking and I'm gonna do all the, but actually it's the reverse. The leader just has to do 10% of the talking and it's 90% about the reportee. Let him open up and, as you said, unfold. He needs to, like you peeling an onion, every layer has to come out beautifully. But today the situation is reverse. Leaders don't listen and they just want to wrap it up so technically, like a check in the box, and the listening is in the dustbin.
It's all about trying to prove their point.
Yeah.
And while there is nothing to prove to anyone, because we are all human beings, we are souls who have come to this planet to do our deeds. Once we understand that fact, the
Yes.
titles, the roles people are after towards, it fades away.
Right.
It all fades away. Because people, if you think that people are respecting you because of your titles, once the title is gone, people will
Exactly,
not respect you
exactly.
then.
So that's the difference between a leader and a
Yeah,
manager, right? So even
true,
after the title has been cut off, if they still respect you, that means you are truly a leader.
Truly.
true,
Very
true.
well said. Yes.
And I'm grateful that we are recording this podcast. I'm sure most of our listeners would resonate with your journeys, Kashmira Priya, because whosoever is entering into the corporate world, the life which everybody is falling towards, everybody wants to grow in their career. Everybody wants to succeed in their career. Everybody wants to become a better version of themselves. And this is where people like you who are there in the society, who are doing that great work, shaping the leadership of the future generations, because we need the bridges of leadership like you in the society. This comes to the end of our section one of the podcast. Now we'll be moving to the second round of the podcast, which is our rapid fire round. It will be a fun one liner answers, one word answers, whatever suits best with you. We'll be doing this simple, real, unfiltered, no guessing of right or wrong answers, just unfiltered. Okay, just to know you more better as a human, as a spontaneous human, how do you react, and just to know the cosmetic side of Priya and Kashmira, what exactly they do in their personal lives and in their real lives too. Welcome to the section 2 of our podcast, which is the rapid fire round. Now we'll be asking certain questions from Kashmira and Priya to know their lives more, about their personal side of the story which they have lived. Priya, Kashmira, first question from our rapid fire round. One word that describes your early career. I know you are a different person now altogether, but one word which describes your early career.
Very naive.
Priya, what about you?
Raw.
That is how it is supposed to be. When it's raw, then only it can convert into something beautiful. Second question of the rapid fire round. One skill you had to learn the hard way.
Confidence.
Kashmira?
Of not speaking the truth every time, but putting it very diplomatically on the table.
That's a talent, I would say.
I had to learn it because mom always said, and we were always taught, say the truth and be honest. But then you can't open up all the cards, right? You have to put it diplomatically. So no one taught.
And that's the beauty of leadership, that you know how to mold the statements to make sure that it doesn't affect the other beings out there.
Right.
And that's a talent. It's a skill which you have learned, Kashmira. Next question. One thing people overthink too much at work.
Performance.
Rightly said. Kashmira?
Being judged.
Yeah, it happens, and both of the answers, people have that capacity of, oh, if I do this, the people would judge me, right? It's normal.
Professional and personal life. Yeah.
Right. So, Avinash, they say that people are bitten by the WOTS syndrome, WOTS, and that is what others will think and say. So that is something that is a constant fear. Of course, it's a fear with all of us, will not deny, but over a period of time, you learn to tame it.
True. And beautifully said, because overthinking is not leading us to anywhere. It's just stopping us to take the current actions which we can take. So audience, if anybody is listening, please take that action which you want, which you had been delaying, whether it's workout, whether it's talking to someone, whether it's at your workplace, whether it's in your personal life. Take that action, whatever you want to do. Next question from this rapid fire round. One habit that helps you stay grounded. I'm sure you must be following multiple habits, but one habit that helps you stay grounded, because it's very difficult in this society to move with a grounded nature. Lot many people judge you, lot many people can doubt you, lot many people questions you. How do you stay grounded?
Being grateful.
It's a beautiful practice. Kashmira?
Just constantly knowing that what I have today can be taken away in the blink of an eye.
It can all go away. It's in a blink of an eye, and that's what my life's purpose is. It can all go away just with one breath.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for answering this question. Next question from our rapid fire round, Priya, Kashmira. One mistake every new professional often make in their career?
Being too honest, um, spilling all the beans. That's a big one because that can go against you.
And for me, I would say not communicating or avoiding to communicate.
I would say both of them are contradictory to each other. That if you're not able to communicate as well, and if you are over communicating too.
Required. Yes.
So balance has to be there.
Balance.
Everything works in an aligned way. If, for example, the car has 4 tires, right? If they are not aligned properly, the car will not function properly. It won't be. We won't be able to drive it. That's where these skills come into the picture. Next question, Priya, Kashmira. One thing confidence is not, like which people mistake confidence about that. This is confidence. What do you think that word would be?
Arrogance.
I love the answers which Priya is giving, sharp, shooted, one word style, and this is how the rapid fire should go. go like.
I always wanted to play one, so I'm enjoying it.
Kashmira, what do you think?
Confidence is not about screaming and yelling.
And I think it totally resonates with what Priya mentioned, that it's not about being arrogant about what you are, what you know about, what you have the qualities, if you have any skills as well. It's not about bloating it about all the time. It's about helping others achieve that life which you have achieved. Thank you so much for answering this question. Next question from our rapid fire round. One skill everyone should learn before becoming a leader.
Patience.
Kashmira?
Sensitivity.
And both of these things are required just because of one single fact. We were talking about listening skills. Patience is one thing. Once we have that skill, we'll be able to listen more to people, and you'll become a great leader once you start listening. And thank you so much, Kashmira, for answering, Priya, for answering this question. Next question from our rapid fire round. One thing which you wish someone had told you earlier.
To be too good, like, always available and saying sorry all the time. Being too good is not good. If someone would have told me earlier.
Kashmira?
Boundaries.
We have to make the boundaries. We
Yes.
are good souls, we are good humans, but we have to make those boundaries. And that's what Priya and Kashmira said. Audience, if you're getting resonated with this section, with Priya's and Kashmira's journey, mention something in the comments about their journeys. Next question from our rapid fire round, Priya, Kashmira. One word that defines growth for you.
Consistency.
Beautifully said. Kashmira?
Discipline.
And without discipline, we cannot have that consistency. So you both looked aligned in your answers too. Last question from our second section of the podcast. Priya, Kashmira, one line that matches. This podcast is themed as trust your journey. People should trust their journeys. So one line that matches trust your journey for you.
Just keep walking. Don't turn back. There's nothing new there. Something new is waiting ahead. So just keep walking.
Kashmira?
So I would say you get just one ride on this planet. Make the most of it.
Yes.
Beautifully said, because trusting your journey is all about walking the path. You cannot change past. Whatever has been done, whatever has been said, we cannot take it back. Now it depends on us what we can do in present to shape up that future of ours. Thank you so much, Kashmira, Priya, for having this round. Not only about fun, but it was about the real side of what exactly you think from your mindset standpoint about leadership, the consistency, the discipline, the patience. All these are not words, they are magical words, I will say. If a leader has these qualities, they can shape up anybody else's life too, not just theirs. What this round shows us is that growth isn't complicated. It's always human. Small habits, small learnings, and honest reflections. And sometimes that's enough to move forward. Priya, Kashmira, we're ending the section 2 of our podcast. Now we'll be beginning with our section 3 of the podcast. We'll be diving deep into your journey, into your challenges which you faced, how you overcame those challenges, and how it can help our audience achieve their dreams, the life which they want to achieve in their life, the leader which they want to become as a woman, as a man, as a student, whosoever is watching this video, whether they're in the midlife career, whether in their 60s, whether they want to plan something about their life, we still have that time. So we'll be talking about that, how people can embrace the reflections from your journey and how they can apply and help themselves in their life too. So, welcome to section 3 of our podcast, Trust Your Journey, where we'll be diving deep into the journeys, the challenges, the growth, the pain, and the learnings of Priya and Kashmira Vaidya. Priya, Kashmira, I understand because every journey has their toughest moments. Every journey has a phase that tests you silently. What was a time in your life where things felt heavy, but you kept going anyway? Priya,
Yeah.
I would love to
Okay.
start from you. Yeah.
Uh, the most heaviest emotion or emotional trauma that I have been through was losing my parents at a very tender age, and something that you cannot recover from throughout your life, no matter how old you are. Whether you lose your parent, especially loving, caring, supporting parents at the age of 10 or at the age of 40, it doesn't matter, the pain is same. So yes, that was the heaviest thing that I have experienced. The emotion at very tender age, something you cannot balance, you cannot understand how it is to feel and what you're supposed to feel when you have lost your loved ones. Still, you know that they are not going to be part of your life and you have to go ahead. That's how you go ahead with your journey. And I always feel this statement, someone must have, that must have popped in that person's mind is when they had no option but to be strong. So, like they say that when you have to be, how are you so strong? So, no, we are not strong. There were no options. So the only option was to be strong, and certain incidents where you cannot do anything about it, you cannot control something, you have to be strong. You have to face it, go through it, cry over it, get up, dust yourself back, and move on. So yes, that was one of the moments that I have faced.
And I'm sure why it gets resonated with most of our audiences because everyone will go through such a phase in their life.
Yes.
If they are lucky enough, if their parents are lucky enough, because lot many children also go away, the parents are not be able to see that too. It's very
Mm.
difficult to see people going from your lives, but this is what life is. And Priya, I am glad that it made you the person you are today, sitting in front of us, talking about your life, sharing your emotions, sharing your experiences. That's what leadership is all about. Kashmira, what about you? What shaped you into the person you are today?
So there are a lot of tough moments, but the one that comes to my mind is getting back to work after maternity leave. Okay, so I was already in a leadership position back then, and I walked into the office after 6 months, and of course, maybe postpartum depression or the guilt of a new mom leaving the child back home. It was difficult because the deliverables were the same. There were no leeways given. But I think each day I just kept on going and working and balancing both home and work. And I think from that, what I realized is that any sort of challenges will come and go. See, nothing is permanent and everything has a solution. Everything reaches a peak and then it comes down beautifully. But to be in that moment and to hold your spine is extremely important. Because I said, like, as a woman, you wear multiple hats, and there is no choice that I can take out one hat and, rest for a day. No, that does not happen. It's a responsibility being a mom, being a leader, being a mentor. So you just have to graciously pull each day with enough determination that tomorrow it's going to get better. So, what it's taught me is that no matter how hard a situation can get, it is always a cycle. Okay, it peaks and then it drops. So, just understand that there will be moments wherein you just want to give up so badly that you want to quit. I think it's those moments only when you have to be the strongest, and that's where it starts tipping down again.
And Kashmira, the thing which you mentioned about going back to the work, I'm sure this would get resonated with many of our audience who is listening right now, because many women faces this problem. The stress which comes after the delivery, nobody is there to support, the family is there, the work culture is not there to support us. I can totally understand because I have been into that industry. I've seen people struggling. I've seen people asking for leaves. I've seen people struggling to communicate their emotions with their managers, I would say, the bosses. And this is what has helped me evolve as a person in my life, that it's all about respecting everyone. Everyone is going through some or the other thing in their life. It's all about respecting their pains, because every pain has got a story. Every pain has a emotion behind it. Every pain has got something to teach us. And that's where your both of your journeys, you come from different emotional background and you are aligning into one mission. That's what the beauty of life is. And every strong person we've always admired has walked through a phase they never talked about. I'm glad you're talking about it. You are sharing your emotions, because pain doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it comes quietly and stays for us for a lifelong. It doesn't goes anywhere. We just learn to handle our pain in ourselves only. I've noticed that strongest people rarely talk about their hardest seasons, but those seasons shapes them the most. And your hardest seasons have shaped you the person you have become today, sharing that journey of yours. This leads to me the second question of this section, Priya Kashmira, because working as women in demanding spaces, it requires lots of courage and everything to face the society, to face everything, to face our own families too, right? Many women carry pressure quietly. Expectations, the performance, balance, they have to manage everything: home, work, kids, family, everything. What challenges do you think women face that often go unspoken?
I think I'll talk about a corporate challenge that women normally face, and that is gender discrimination, stereotyping. Okay, stereotyping. Yeah, oh, she's just, oh, she has a young family. She not be able to do the project. Um, or if somebody is a little aged, okay, maybe they're close to retirement. Oh, it's a traveling job. ये नहीं कर पाएगा. And they don't even ask the person. They just assume that ये आप नहीं कर पाओगे, and that's the pressure that women carry. The inferior gender, the stereotyping that she cannot do it. Nobody even checks her past record, that she's done all of it, maybe in the prior organization or in her prior role. So I think that's one unspoken thing. And then you can't go and tell the boss, "Nee, nee, I'll be able to do it," and all of that, because nobody wants to get into that. They've already made up their minds that you cannot do it. So that's an unspoken reality that even exists today with some of the leaders. Very stereotypical.
What do you think, Priya?
I think this question, one word pops in my mind is the most misunderstood word, that is feminism or being feminist, and most argued word, I would say. So it's ऐसे लगता है या लोगों को लगता है, or maybe people who are not understanding. I'm not saying men, I'm saying even there are women who are misunderstanding this word and they're misusing it. So whether it's society or whether it's corporate, it's sometimes misused and misunderstood. It's just that we want equal treatment. That's it. If you respect a leader who is a man, because if I'm a leader and I'm a woman, I also just expect that you respect me, respect my inputs, my contribution. That's it. What maybe the opportunities my other male colleagues are getting, I should also go through the same, because I'm equally educated and understand. I might be a slow learner, I would love to learn. I might be also a fast learner, you never know, but it's about equality at work, in society, that's it. And that is one challenge I think in 2025 we are still discussing and talking, means we still need to work on it, and with time I think it will. And if women stop misusing it and men start understanding, I think it's going to be a piece of cake to work peacefully with opposite genders. So, yeah, this is one challenge.
And I'm grateful to both of you that you put it this beautifully, that the word feminism, it's often misunderstood, and it's often considered as a shield for many things out there happening in our society. But as women, as men of the society, we are here to evolve in this generation. We, if any of the corporate employees and any of the leaders are watching it right now, if they are facing, because many leaders are not even aware of that these things are happening in their companies.
Yeah.
It's all about knowing it first. If this reaches to that audience, to people, please understand, raise your voices. If you feel that you're not being heard, if you think that you're not getting the right opportunities, raise your voices. People are there. You will find, if even if one soul you would find in your company, you are done. So raise your voices. Being a female carries a lot of responsibilities in the society. You're the birth maker of the our generations, right? You give birth to people. So women has to be respected. They have got emotions. They have got everything. The skills. Men learn from women how to deal with emotions and everything, right? I learn a lot from women's like how to deal with public talking, I would say, because women has a peculiar way of handling their emotions.
Thank you, Avinash. Thank you for saying that. It means a lot.
Women has that, honestly. Men are not made for that. Men are just made for taking actions, I would I would say, just go and do that stuff. But women are there to understand everything, to make the world function in a aligned way. They understand every emotion because they have went through their own transitions. They went through their own transformations on a monthly basis. Men doesn't goes through any cycles and anything like that. So it's all about understanding that fact, and when we understand that fact, that men and women has to go hand in hand. It's not about women, it's not about men. We are all souls out here who are performing, who are doing our deeds. We just need to do our karmas and go away from this world peacefully. Next question, Priya, Kashmira, from this section, because I can understand the growth demands many discomforts. You must have faced many discomforts as well, be it from your personal friend, be it from your work life as well, be it from monetary standpoint, financial aspect as well. Looking back, what discomfort actually helped you grow? even if it didn't feel good at that point in time, because it doesn't, discomfort doesn't feel good, right? But it shapes you, the person you are becoming. What do you think?
Yes,
Kashmira, please.
definitely. Yeah, I'm just thinking. So, yeah, definitely. Discomfort, success comes from a lot of discomforting zones, definitely. कंफर्ट जोन से कोई मतलब सचिन तेंदुलकर बना नहीं है. So, yes, see, like I said, I was the kind of a person who always was taught that this is black and this is white. I never knew that there existed something like gray. Okay. So when I got into the corporate world in leadership roles in board meetings in front of clients, you cannot always talk white and gray, white and black. You had to have shades of gray also. And unfortunately, being what I am, my conditioning, I could never work in those discomforting moments of operating out of gray areas, hiding things, etc. But I think that also gave me important lessons, like that it's not, life will never be white and black. You will have shades of gray. And how do you navigate through those moments? And when I say shades of gray, I'm sure the audience understands that it's not so clear. If there is ambiguity, there will be things where data is not fully available, the truth is not fully unraveled. You are walking into the unknown. It's a dark hole out there. So these are the moments that have taught me that everything will not be laid on the table, even in our personal lives. I don't know what's happening next, but that helped me to trust the process. Like, with every step that you take, you have to give your best shot. वो free will जो बोलते हैं in spirituality, you have that free will to make your best choice. So I think that gave rise to making prudent decisions, practical decisions, being pragmatic. So yeah, that's what I would say. I can't define of one moment as, I can't think of that one moment as such, but I'd say this is what it is.
I'm sure there must be multiple moments, because
Yeah.
life is all about living in the gray area only. Nobody has the future guidance, because only future has that black and white thing. Only present has that. And you beautifully said that life is full of doubts. We just need to take one step at a time. Priya, what do you think? What were your toughest moments?
Um, I would say people who made me feel discomfort have helped me grow. Because if I wouldn't have met the difficult personalities, I'm not saying they were bad, I think they were not healed. So they were bleeding on others. And I think that's what happens when you are not happy within or struggling and nobody is there to help you. You drown and you try to pull others. And thanks to them that I could learn a lot from them as well. And I hope they are fine now. And very important thing that I learned from them is to value the right ones. People who helped me, people who have pushed me, people who believed in me more than, and I'm not saying someone very close. It can also be someone who has just met me, maybe. It's always strange that not only your people, it can also be someone just, listens to you, looks at you and say, oh God, I think you're gonna, go places, you're gonna reach to this vertex in life. And like we were just discussing this word feminism. I have met brilliant women with beautiful, heart and mind, very intelligent. There are many women here, and they have always taught me something good. And not to forget, but to mention these men out there who have also made me feel they always silently support you. And yeah, there are certain other personalities who have made a bit difficult to survive, to grow, but I thank all of them, and especially the difficult ones.
And
Yes.
how beautifully you described that discomfort, people who made you discomfort, the pain which they are going through, they bleed it on you too. And I can totally resonate with this, because it's very difficult to find the right people in our life. But when we are aligned by ourselves, we'll meet the right folks too. When we are
Yes.
looking outside, when we are looking for solutions, there are no solutions. The world is full of solutions, but you'll not be able to choose any solution. But when you look within, that's where the real solution will start from. And I'm glad, Priya, Kashmira, that the toughest moments, the challenges which you have faced in your life, it has made you the person you are sitting in front of us today. Audiences listening to you, both watching your journeys, and I'm sure there must be one action which they can take it from this podcast. If even this podcast inspires one soul, our work is done.
Yes,
Because you
absolutely.
don't need to be fearless to move forward, you
Yes.
just always need to be willing, and that's what you both did. Your journey doesn't need to make sense to others. It only needs it only needs to make sense to yourself to move forward in your life. And most people, why they don't realize it, they're already doing better than they think. If somebody is listening to us right now, you're already doing better than you are thinking you can do. Just analyze yourself, you'll be move in a aligned way then. Next question of this section, Priya, Kashmira, I am loving this conversation. What would the lesson which you want to pass on to the generations out there? Because if someone listening today feels lost, unsure, or behind, what lesson from your journey would you want them to remember always in their life?
I'd say three things to the generation that is upcoming. There is no shortcut to hard work. Okay, there
Wow.
is nothing like instant gratification, which unfortunately, the upcoming generation, it's a world of instant things, no? So they want instant gratification also. So work hard. Second is invest in yourself and your skills. All right, because with so much of media going around, if you sit for 6 hours, 7 hours in front of the media, you're not going to get anywhere. So you might as well pick up some skills and invest in yourselves. And the third one is trust yourself and your capabilities. Don't compare. Look, like you said beautifully, look inwards. Because if you look externally, you'll only be robbed of your joy.
True.
Those are my three lessons to the generation that's listening, to the upcoming generation.
And beautiful message because there are no shortcuts. People should invest in their learnings and people should trust themselves, their journeys without comparisons.
Without comparison.
Beautifully said, Kashmira. Priya, what do you have to say about your journey and what people can learn from it?
What I learned in hard way is something that I'm going to say this, and I think a lot of people in my age or older to me might agree to this. However, this message is for the youth, for generation, our next generation, coming up generation, that not everyone is your friend. So don't think that just because you're kind, everybody's going to be kind to you. I'm not blaming others. I'm not saying others are bad. It's just that, like I just said before, that they are struggling, and sometimes it makes some people happy to see others in difficult situations. So it's okay. They will heal with time. Give them some time. However, you don't be so kind that you are taken for granted. So boundaries, like we did mention in today's segment. And the other thing that I would like to say is how you treat yourself is how you teach others how to treat you.
Wow.
So be very careful with your heart. Don't take yourself for granted again. Don't talk harshly with yourself, and be very kind and soft to yourself. And that's how others are going to learn, because if they see, oh, Priya is so careful about herself, she's not going to take anything from me, or maybe any harsh treatment from me. So that's what is required. And that's from my end.
Be kind and not everyone is your friend, and that is so true. You can be kind, but there are many people out there who wants to take फायदा उठाना चाहते हैं आपकी kindness का.
Hmm.
Yes.
Everybody is there to take something from you. You'll find only few souls out there who are there to give. And Priya, Kashmira, I find you uh, soul. That soul is, I can feel those energies inside you. You are a giver. And this actually, why I record this podcast and everything is because of one single reason. It's all about emotions. Everyone has emotions. Everyone is going through some or the other thing in their lives, but it's
Correct.
all about trusting, having faith, and having that vision towards serving others. That we are here to serve others, to empower other folks out there in the competitive landscape which we are into. And what stands out today is this: growth doesn't come from having it all figured out, it comes from showing up again, again, again. And your challenges don't mean you're falling. It
Absolutely.
means, it just means one thing, that you are becoming. No
Beautiful.
effort is wasted. It's either building you or teaching you. If you're still showing up, your journey isn't over. And wherever you are today, trust that this phase is preparing you for what's coming next in your life. Kashmira, Priya, it was a pleasure recording this podcast with you. Last question from this podcast: the legacy, the vision which you hold for yourself, for your clients. Looking ahead, what is the ultimate vision you hold for yourself, for your clients in the world of leadership? What do you want your legacy to be?
Priya, you want to take that first?
I would request you to do it first. I'm still doing the thinking.
No, I think, Avinash, the whole vision is very clear to us that wherever we go, we want to make a difference to the youth of today, to the aspiring professionals. It's not about that 9 to 5 job, it's not just that. I think to be a good leader, or even, or maybe if you're a data entry and a accountant or whatever, I think मैंने सॉफ्ट स्किल्स का सेशन कर लिया. आई डिड इफेक्टिव लिसनिंग, आई डिड अडेप्टेबिलिटी, आई डिड ओनरशिप. Okay, I am showing you the path, but ultimately you have to walk on it. So um, we are trying to make a difference to people, not by telling them what to do or how to do, but we as individuals want to tell them that if you did this, your career map will look notches up than where you are right now. So more than the technical part of it, we want to show them the impact or the results that will be delivered post, you actually taking that self accountability. Because I could be spending, so much of time and money in taking trainings, giving trainings. But if I don't want to make a difference, why? Because that WIFM factor, what's WIFM, what's in it for me?
Me.
If that is not clear, I'm not going to do it. So our vision is that we want to let people know that accountability and ownership, good communication style, sensitivity, all those soft skills are not just needed just because the company is asking, but that's gonna take you places, not just in this company, but anywhere you go. So making people aware of that.
And beautiful
Today,
vision.
yeah,
Yeah, please
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
but
Please go ahead.
today the way people look at a company or job is that I work 9 to 5, I'm giving them my services and I'm getting a salary in return. But that is such a narrow way to think. That's thinking with blinkers. But I have to really broaden my horizons and think that I am touching so many lives in that 9 to 5 as a leader. So, am I really doing what I'm supposed to do? Or am I just doing it like a check in the box and bas main ghar gaya and that's it? So one thing is that as a leader, I want to leave a mark and not a scar.
Oh.
So that is what I want to strongly tell people.
Very beautiful.
Priya, what do you think?
Um, I'm still, blown out with the statement she just made,
Yeah,
Mark. Uh,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the mark that stays for long because car is definitely gonna be there. not going to be, I mean, someone who is going to think about you is not going to be happy or pleasant thinking about that scar. Good. Yeah, about the legacy, I would say exactly what she meant us is me and Kashmira working together. So we know, I know what she is trying to say is we have worked with certain companies and ventures where we have seen, and I don't blame them. Everybody is become very business minded, and everything, educational system, institute, everything
Yeah.
has become very money minded. We understand, but when there are these aspirants who want to work in corporate or aviation, when they come to us and they have burned their hands, they have not really been delivered what was promised, and when they cry, they come from a very underprivileged, not everybody's privileged to pay certain huge amounts and get trained for something they, and it's not something, I would say it's their dream. They come with goal. Me, Kashmira, I think even Avinash, you were there at that age where we had this small dream, hoping that this turns out well, investing our time, energy, and money, hard earned money by our parents and ourselves. So we understand the pressure and the struggle they go through, and that's what we, as in Kashmir and we are, I am trying to focus that we serve them who really are passionate about it. We can do something for them, and that's what when we talk about our training, our institute, corporate trainings, we understand we are going to deal with someone who's already established. They are doing what is necessary for the company. But when it comes to individual people and the soul, individual soul, we should be, our legacy should be established enough that we are in the position to help them. That's what is our vision.
Beautiful vision, Priya. Beautiful vision, Kashmira. The mission which you are on to help and empower people like us, I would say. When we were there at that point, that age, nobody was there to guide us, to support us, and to provide that mentorship path, which is available right now in today's digital age. And I'm glad that we had this conversation because this conversation reminds us that leadership, confidence, and growth are not destinations, they are processes which we need to follow. Thank you, Kashmira and Priya, for reminding us that people don't need perfection in their life. They just need guidance, patience, and a belief in themselves. To everyone listening right now to us, your journey may feel slow, it may feel unclear, but it is still yours, and it is unfolding exactly as it should be. This is Trust Your Journey 1.0 because no journey is wasted and no effort goes unseen. Thank you, Priya Kashmira, for joining us for this conversation, for such an empowering conversation. I'm sure the audience who is listening to us right now and have listened to us so patiently until this time, they would get resonated with the journey which you have went through because it's very difficult to share these emotions on a public platform and share your journeys and then letting ourselves open for judgments, right? It takes courage to do this stuff as well. So I'm glad. I am super excited whenever this podcast will get released. How can people reach out to you, Kashmira Priya? Any last words from your side for the audience who is listening to us, who has listened to us so patiently? Any last words, any last message from your side? And then we'll wrap this up. How can people reach out to you, Kashmira Priya? And what exactly are the services which you are providing?
So,
Yes.
yeah, so we are founders and co-founders of Vertex Consultancy, and we deliver training under two pillars. One is corporate, and the other one is aviation. I'm going to talk a little bit about corporate, and then Priya can talk about aviation. So, under corporate training, we do all kinds of leadership, soft skills, and communications training. We also do POSH training, that is prevention of sexual harassment. Um, we are into group coaching, outbound learning, experiential learning, and also one on one coaching. So, to anyone who's listening out there, if this fits into your requirements, you could reach out to us on our website. Um, and for aviation section, we have our expert Priya, who would brief that how would you, if you are a an aspirant who's seeking a career in aviation, Priya is the person to go to. So over to you, Priya.
Thank you, Kash. So, about aviation, we also do personality development for students who are not looking forward to get into airlines. However, they're looking forward to get into corporates, but they are not confident enough about their presentation skills, about communication. So, we are also there to groom them, to help them, to guide them. And we have lifetime coaching. We are not limited to like only during their training period or only when they are connected with us. We also have our former students who still are growing and they still connect with us for some guidance. So, and we try to, especially for the aviation and corporate aspirants, I would like to advise this, not that because they come and enroll with us or they connect with us. I would request you that, guys, no matter which institute or academy you're joining or whoever you're going to uh, go ahead and seek the guidance from, try to get the right information about that person or the institute or the academy. I have a lot of students, in fact, we have a lot of students who have come up to us and we have felt their pain and we don't want everybody to go through that. So ask for certain certifications, ask for certain licenses, and just don't go and pay your hard-earned money to someone who is not going to keep their promise. We don't guarantee anything. There are institutes who guarantee everything. And I'm sure people listening from aviation industry will agree with me because there are certain eligibility and criterias and they are there because it is important related to safety, which is the main motto of aviation industry. So keeping all that in mind, at least research before you go to any institute, whether you're in any city in India. So do that. There are genuine institutes, there are genuine aviation enthusiasts and professionals who want to really help. So connect with them, connect with us. We will guide you. And the services or the courses or the topics that we provide are the basic soft skills required to enter the corporate. And for aviation, again, we are doing basic standard training. And as once they get inside the corporate or aviation, they will get a full-fledged training. That's why we are at least keeping the base ready so that they're confident. The major uh, course or the module that we work on is the interview prep, which is the challenge and the struggle that the youth or the aspirants face. So yes, you can also find us on LinkedIn. My name on LinkedIn will be Priya Arsul Bhale, or you can also see Bhale and Kashmira Vaidya. And our company's name again is Vertex Consultancy. Thank you. Thank you, Avinash.
I am grateful to Kashmira and Priya to record this journey on this series, Trust Your Journey. And audience, if this episode resonates with you or it can help anyone from your friends and family, do share this journey with those souls out there who is seeking that help, because you never know if this is not a piece of information which we are trying to share here. This is a piece of transformation which we have created, and it can lead the path for many out there who is seeking that help. Priya, Kashmira, thank you so much again, once again, for being part of this show. I feel honored and grateful to have this recorded with you, and it was a wonderful session which we did, and I'm sure the audience will also gonna love it. Until next time, keep trusting your journeys, because the light always shows the path. Until next time, take care of yourself. Priya, Kashmira, thank you once again for being part of the
Before
show.
you wind up, Avinash, we
Please
also
go
would
ahead.
like to thank you. And it's a privilege for us as well to, be part of this podcast and to make us feel that, yes, we have achieved and we are, invited for such a beautiful segment of your podcast. We enjoyed every bit of it. And thank you once again from bottom of my heart.
It's completely my pleasure to invite such souls who are doing the great work in the society, and nobody is there to actually listen to them, to share their journeys, to understand their journeys. Because people are doing the great work, but nobody is there to listen to their journeys. The people can see from struggle to strength, but they don't know the journey which has shaped that from struggle to strength. That's where our real focus is, and that's what helps us people reignite the transformation element in themselves. And I'm blessed. I feel grateful that we are able to do this work. Priya, Kashmira, I wish you all the best and all the blessings. Wish you a very successful year ahead, and loads of things would gonna unfold. Let it unfold by itself. Thank you so much for coming to
Thank
this.
you, Avinash.
Thank you,
Lots of
everyone.
love, light, and abundance to you and everyone who's listening.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
so much,
so much.
audience. We'll see you in another episode. Until then, keep trusting your journey.